The music world is often painted as a glamorous stage filled with flashing lights and roaring crowds, a place where dreams are realized overnight. For Tebogo G. Mashego, the young South African artist behind the massive Amapiano hit Biri Marung, this dream seemed within reach. He traveled to Nigeria in September 2025, his heart filled with the promise of a paid performance that would further cement his rising star. The trip, however, quickly spiraled into a nightmare. The show was a scam. The promoters vanished, leaving him alone, unpaid, and without a way back home. His hopeful journey had turned into a desperate ordeal, trapping him in a foreign country with dwindling resources and mounting fear, a stark contrast to the success his music was enjoying back home and across the globe. Stranded and feeling abandoned, Mashego's situation grew more dire with each passing day. The very success that had propelled him to Nigeria now felt like a cruel joke. He was the voice behind a song streamed millions of times, yet he was broke and alone. In a moment of raw desperation, on September 19, 2025, he turned to social media, his last resort. In a heart-wrenching Facebook Live video, he broke down, revealing the full extent of his plight. He spoke of being mistreated and left with nothing, a painful reality for an artist whose name was on everyone's lips. It was a vulnerable and public plea for help, a cry that echoed far beyond the walls of his temporary Nigerian lodging. During this emotional broadcast, Mashego's frustration boiled over, and he directed his anger towards figures he felt were responsible for his financial struggles. He publicly called out industry giants DJ Maphorisa and Sony Music, accusing them of withholding royalties from his hit song. He claimed that despite the track's immense popularity, he had not seen the financial rewards he was owed, a situation that left him vulnerable to the very scam he had fallen for. His words, "Fori," were a testament to his deep-seated feeling of being exploited, a sentiment that resonated with many other up-and-coming artists who have faced similar battles for fair compensation in the cutthroat music business. The young artist's public appeal did not fall on deaf ears. Fans and fellow musicians were moved by his story, and a wave of support began to build online. He shared his banking details, hoping that small donations from his supporters would be enough to secure a flight ticket back to the safety of South Africa. His story became a trending topic, highlighting the stark and often hidden vulnerabilities that young talents face. It was a painful and public lesson on the darker side of the industry, where fame does not always translate to fortune, and a promising career opportunity can quickly become a dangerous trap if one is not careful. This was only the beginning of a complex and unfolding public drama. Just when Tebogo G. Mashego's situation seemed its most hopeless, a prominent figure stepped forward, appearing like a savior in the unfolding drama. On September 20th, 2025, fellow musician DJ Karri publicly announced on his social media platforms that he was coming to Mashego's rescue. DJ Karri declared that he had purchased a flight ticket for the stranded artist, ensuring his safe return to South Africa. This act was immediately met with widespread praise. The music community and the public saw it as a beautiful gesture of solidarity, one established artist lifting up another in a time of crisis. It seemed to be a heartwarming resolution to a distressing story, a moment of kindness shining through the industry's often criticized culture. The news of DJ Karri's intervention was a beacon of hope. Mashego, who had been facing immense stress and uncertainty, could finally breathe a sigh of relief. The flight was booked, and his ordeal in Nigeria was coming to an end. At that moment, his gratitude towards DJ Karri was immense. He had been rescued from a desperate situation by someone he looked up to in the music scene. This act of generosity appeared to be a lifeline, a selfless deed that reaffirmed his faith in the camaraderie within the industry. It was a powerful public display of support that positioned DJ Karri as a hero and a mentor, someone who cared about the welfare of younger, more vulnerable artists. However, the story took a shocking and unexpected turn upon Mashego's return to South African soil. The relief and gratitude he once felt quickly dissolved, replaced by a deep sense of suspicion and betrayal. On September 23rd, Mashego went public once again, but this time his words were not of thanks. He launched a stunning accusation against his apparent rescuer, labeling DJ Karri as fake. He claimed that the celebrated act of kindness was not what it seemed. According to Mashego, the flight ticket was not a simple gift, but the opening move in a calculated plan to manipulate him for personal gain, turning a tale of rescue into one of deceit. Mashego alleged that DJ Karri's true motives were entirely self-serving. He detailed how the established DJ had allegedly tried to lure him into a deceptive arrangement by making false promises. Mashego claimed DJ Karri boasted about owning a state-of-the-art recording studio and multiple flats, painting a picture of immense success and resources. These claims, Mashego asserted, were designed to entice him into signing a contract with DJ Karri's record label. The young artist came to believe that the entire rescue mission was a carefully orchestrated ploy to trap him in a professional relationship under false pretenses, using his vulnerability as leverage for a business deal. The feeling of betrayal hit Tebogo Mashego with incredible force. The man he had viewed as his savior just days earlier now seemed like another predator in an industry full of them. The initial wave of gratitude he felt had completely washed away, leaving behind a bitter residue of disappointment and anger. He had been at his lowest point, stranded and desperate in a foreign country, and he believed DJ Karri had exploited that vulnerability. The supposed act of charity now felt like a cunning trick, a calculated move to gain his trust only to take advantage of him later. This sudden shift from admiration to accusation revealed the deep emotional toll the experience had taken on the young artist. Mashego's public denouncement of DJ Karri was a cry of disillusionment. He felt that the trust he had placed in a fellow artist had been violated in the most cynical way. The promises of a recording studio and flats, which he now believed were lies, were not just empty boasts. They were tools of manipulation. In Mashego's eyes, DJ Karri was not offering a helping hand, but weaving a web. The entire episode served as a harsh lesson. Even gestures that appear noble on the surface can have hidden, self-serving motives. This painful realization left Mashego feeling more isolated than ever, questioning who he could truly trust in a world where everyone seemed to have an angle. The controversy serves as a powerful cautionary tale about the critical importance of trust and honesty, especially for emerging artists navigating the complexities of the music business. When young talents venture into international territories, they are often without their usual support systems, making them particularly susceptible to exploitation. Trust is the currency of collaboration, but when it is broken, the damage can be catastrophic, affecting not only an artist's career, but also their mental and emotional well-being. Mashego's experience underscores the necessity for transparency and genuine intentions in all professional dealings, as a broken promise can shatter a career before it has a chance to truly flourish. Furthermore, the ordeal highlights the precarious position of artists who, despite having a hit song, may lack the financial stability or industry knowledge to protect themselves. Mashego's initial financial desperation, stemming from his alleged unpaid royalties, is what made him vulnerable in the first place. This cycle of exploitation, where one injustice leads to another, is a recurring theme in the entertainment world. The sense of betrayal is therefore twofold. First, from the system that allegedly denied him his earnings, and second, from the individual who seemingly offered a way out, only to present another potential trap. It is a devastating blow that can make an artist question their future in music entirely. The tumultuous saga of Tebogo Mashego is a stark and resonant reminder of the dangers lurking within the music industry, particularly for new artists blinded by the promise of fame. To avoid such pitfalls, it is crucial for young talents to arm themselves with knowledge and caution. The first step is to never take verbal promises at face value, no matter how reputable the person making them seems. Every single agreement, from performance fees to recording deals and collaborations, must be documented in a legally binding contract. Before signing anything, it is absolutely essential to have a qualified entertainment lawyer review the document to ensure the terms are fair and that there are no hidden clauses designed to exploit. Another vital protective measure is to conduct thorough due diligence. In today's digital age, it is easier than ever to research individuals and companies. Aspiring artists should investigate the track record of any potential collaborator, manager, or record label. Are there public complaints or lawsuits against them? What do other artists who have worked with them say? A simple search can often uncover red flags that were not apparent at first glance. For example, if someone boasts about owning studios or properties, a little digging can often verify or disprove these claims. Never be afraid to ask for proof or references. A legitimate partner will have no issue providing them. Building a trusted support network is equally important. This network should include not only a lawyer, but also a mentor, a seasoned manager, or even just a group of trusted peers who can offer advice and a second opinion. Navigating the industry alone is a risky endeavor. Having people you can turn to for guidance can help you spot a bad deal or a suspicious offer before it's too late. When traveling for work, especially to another country, always have a contingency plan. Ensure you have your own return ticket or access to emergency funds, and never rely solely on the promises of a promoter you have not worked with extensively before. Ultimately, the core lesson from this unfortunate series of events is the enduring importance of vigilance and self-preservation. The music industry can be a place of incredible creativity and opportunity, but it is also a business where fortunes are made and lost. Honesty and integrity should be the bedrock of all professional relationships, but artists must operate with the understanding that this is not always the case. By being cautious, verifying all claims, insisting on clear contracts, and building a reliable team, young artists can better protect themselves from exploitation. They can then focus on what truly matters, sharing their art with the world, safely and on their own terms.